Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Muscar fans of all ages, all shapes and sizes, and all nationalities, welcome back once again to Nick's Garage and the live show that we do on the first Friday of every month now. We've changed the schedule around, but here we are. Yes, kind viewer, that's my head on the table, as well as the poster inviting everybody to our upcoming meet and greet. We used to call it a barbecue, but there's so many people arrived at the last one that we couldn't possibly feed them all. So we're not calling it a barbecue anymore. We're just saying we got some snacks. But we are going to try to give everybody a poutine, at least as many as we can while supplies last. Courtesy Patate 2000. Check out our Facebook page, our recent post, and everything else, and you'll get all the information on that. Yes, there's my head. I'm going to do a little bit of talking here. I want to thank everybody so much who's involved in this. Manny had a little touch doing some work inside there. Nick, of course, assembled it. He just couldn't hold himself. I asked him to wait for the camera, but he couldn't wait. Look how much he's gotten done. We're going to talk about it tonight, folks. As well as a lot of other good stuff and some not so good stuff. There's a lot of dust in the shop, but Nick's going to tell you all about that when we get outside. Once again, thanks for joining us. Smash that like button. Thanks, Melissa, for joining us. Thanks, Joe Filardi, for your chat before the show. And here comes Mr. Nick. Good day, Mr. Nick.
It's Friday night, live from Nick's Garage. Yeah, it's been a very long week. Very tiring, very dusty in the shop. And we'll be doing some construction work on the floor in the front of the shop. But anyways, we'll get to it. Right now, let me just say, we finally got great weather. We're outside. I've got one of my car lifts outside of the garage. As you guys can see here, it's on the side of my building. We're working on a 66 Charger. And, you know, this was brought in last week, pushed in. There's a lot of little items missing. You know, push rods are not there. I had to measure push rods. Valve covers don't have the hardware that we need to put on the valve covers. You know, everything was brought to me in loose items. For example, it's got a 400 stroker. This is what came with it. We're not going to go with this, of course. Anyways, there's a lot of things to fix. But this is typical what comes into my shop. You know, we had he brought me the intake with 2 bolts on it. We bolted down the intake. We put in an intake gasket, put on the carburetor, started making a fuel line. Of course, we got to put the alternator in place. We have to supply the brackets. We have to supply the fan. We put the radiator in place, cut the hose. And there's a lot of little things to be done.
Let me guess, Nick. He said, just throw it together, get it started.
Yeah, you know. and he's bought a few pieces that don't belong to this car, but we're going to do our best and get it running. After all, that's what we're here for. But the best part is we got great weather, and we have no more space in the shop. So what we did is we put it out in the lift outside, and then overnight we bring it up, and of course we have gates here, they're locked up, and hopefully nothing happens.
Amen.
What are you guys looking at?
One of the most beautiful dashes ever created by Chrysler.
It is. What was that again, Manny?
Electroluminescent dash. One of the most beautiful dashes
It
ever
is.
created by Dodge.
First generation Charger.
Yep.
2 years.
I don't remember seeing anybody else doing the electroluminescence. I'm sure somebody did, but wow, these guys really did a nice job.
Didn't the late 50s Plymouth Furies have a similar system?
Possibly. Same engineers.
You know, Chrysler was ahead of their times in some cases.
Yeah.
They were.
This car has everything. Look, bucket seats front and rear.
Fold
Center
down.
console.
Fold down back seat.
Center console front to rear. Where do you see that?
Yeah.
I love that.
That is awesome, eh?
Customizers do it today.
It is.
Cars back then,
He's missing the lower 1.5 seat on the bottom, eh?
that's okay.
I'm sure he has it.
You bring that down.
Let me see.
Manny, one thing that I could say, this car was way ahead of its time
Oh yeah.
for its year.
It's a beautiful layout.
It's here, George, get a shot in the back so they can see.
Coming on in.
Not everybody's had the privilege of seeing one of these machines.
You could camp out in here.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
You could.
Didn't Ford have that on the Futura?
There's
A
a
show
couple-
car that turned into the Batmobile
You
or
know
something?
what? They had a few, but I mean, these guys put it into production.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'm a diehard Ford guy, but these guys got ahead of everything. I mean, look, trim everywhere.
Perfectly
Nameplates.
flat, too.
Yeah.
You know, the 66, 67 first generation Charger was a beautiful car. Still is. I mean, I think it was a futuristic looking car back then.
Of course.
The color orange didn't exist back in 66, but then again,
That's okay. That's personal
that's the color.
preference.
That is the color you selected.
That's a personal preference. That's
High impact.
That's a VIN plate.
What do you call vitamin C orange?
On this year, on this generation, yeah. But look at all the trim. He's got all the trim. This is one of the scariest things. Like, oh my God, what happens if I lose a piece of trim? This car's got it all.
It's got it all. There's nothing missing on the trim, that's for sure. It's got the full tail light panel in the back.
Is that
Yes.
Charger written out,
Yeah,
spelled
beautiful.
out?
Look at it, right against from one end to the other.
I mean, let's face it, guys.
Come on.
This is a nice car.
Today, a lot of
This-
cars have a full tail light like that.
This is the third one we've had come through here.
Yes, third one.
This is nice.
Fourth, actually. Fourth.
Fourth?
Fourth.
Pretty.
We get a lot of them.
Dan's, this one, and the two blue ones.
Yeah.
Wow. I've just look vents.
Wait,
Vents up
You know-
here.
this car needs a little bit of work, right, Manny?
Yep, it does.
But let me tell Maverick something. Maverick,
Yeah.
you don't want to see what came into the shop
What?
at the same time when this one came in?
What?
Let's go in the back of the shop.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Manny, come and take a look. This car was parked for 23 years.
Wow.
23 years.
23 years.
And it belongs to a guy named George.
Uh-huh.
Here, let's go see it.
We don't get out the back here much.
No.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, the big reveal.
This came from, I believe, the state of Ohio.
Wow.
George bought it, had it parked for 23 years, and he told me when he got it, it was running. Okay,
Not this George, not your brother George.
no, it was
No.
one of my clients.
Wow.
It's not a 340 car.
How come it's a 383?
This is what comes into my shop.
Oh
This is
my.
a 318 with air conditioning. You can tell how old it is. Check out the windshield washer reservoir.
Yeah, the plastic is
Yeah.
so.
The top just fell right in.
Yeah.
And you know, just
See that?
realize the real color is green. F8 green. God,
That had to be the most popular color back then.
I think it was.
Oh,
Hey.
dear.
I'm sure this is.
The clutch fan still turns.
Yeah, there's a clutch fan because of the air
Air
conditioning.
conditioning. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Look at that. Everything's intact. No bumper, no grill, of course. So this here is
Yeah.
not to get restored. It's only here to throw in the 340 that I brought in, which I'll show you in a little while.
Yeah.
Drop it in with the same exhaust manifolds, fighting rust, all you can do to take it out of here. And no painting. Of course, we need to do the brakes, make sure the brakes work. make sure the transmission works. It's got oil in the differential. Its suspension is well, let's worry about brakes. That's the most important thing. My
Yeah.
job is to get it started, take out the 318, put the 340, remove the AC, which you're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
You're going to be fighting a lot of rust here, right?
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Mild, right?
You know
There's
what
no
I'm
rust here.
I know what I'm
Yeah.
concerned with. Well, if you put on the lift, will it
I don't know.
compromise it?
Actually, we're going to put it on the lift outside in the front when we finish with the charger.
There you
Okay.
go.
Drive on sounds safer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hazmat suits, maybe, for anybody who has to go inside?
We could start it from the outside.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like to put on the lift. You know, that lift, we have ramps on both ends.
That's right.
I like that lift.
Up and over.
Yeah.
Oh, she's rough, though.
Yeah.
We have an original breather, 2-barrel carburetor, Carter.
still has points, huh?
Yeah, I believe so.
Has anybody
Yeah.
looked at the frame and stuff?
Nope, we haven't.
Oh, boy.
So before we take out the engine or pull out the 340, pull in the 340, we'll pick it up, take a look. Here,
Good news.
what's the good
gaps
news?
seem to be haven't like closed in or spread out, so should be okay.
If there's one thing I don't like, is when you get a car in the shop and you can't open the door.
That's terrible.
Oh, come on, again. Every time. Look at the seat covers. Not bad, eh?
I think they've been doing it this way, Nick. This looks unlocked.
Okay. Can you open the door, Robert?
There she goes. I had a van that used to open that way.
There we go.
Oh, there's that green.
How come is the dash rusted or is it a brown color?
It's rusted.
It's rusty. Nah, let's call it brown.
It's patinaed. What would you call
Wow.
that smell?
Old smell. Vintage auto.
I don't know. Then Skinner wrote a song.
Is there any moldies in the back seat? Wow, there's the rest of the car in the back.
There's a lot of bits and pieces back there.
Wow, a lot of pieces there. That's a puzzle, you guys.
Jeez.
Goodness.
That smells called Black Death.
Yeah.
Black Death?
Black Death.
I thought I heard
Lady's
right.
closet.
So anyways,
So this thing,
Masters,
this
I'm
thing
sure
had
that,
just come out of the body shop.
no, I don't know where it came from.
Well, look at the tape.
Yeah,
still
it's
on it.
again, unfinished products.
Freshly painted decades
Yes.
ago.
I'm tired of seeing cars coming in and they're never finished in many cases. Well, that's why we're here for, right? Robert, good luck sitting in there, buddy. Hey, it's got, well, there it is.
Oh, you got in it?
It's got turn signals on the fenders.
Why 3 holes, Nick?
2 mounting screws and maybe one for the wire. I'm not sure.
Everything is seasons.
But an AC car,
I never
that's
saw-
rare.
The headlights
Reserve the
button.
tires, that's a good start.
Yeah,
I got it.
it's true. They have to put it or bring it here anyways.
But once again, you're not doing a total resto. You're just going to throw in the other motor and get
Yes.
it started?
If you guys want to see the other engine, what it looks like, let's take a walk in the shop. Okay, you guys, let's go inside. I want to show the engine that belongs to this car.
It's not even going to be a partial restoration.
I love to drop his name because he makes such quality content, but it seems to me like a bit of a vice grip garage job. Where all he wants
You know
to
what?
do is get him rolling.
When we get it on the lift,
Start.
and we'll see what we do with it after.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll show you that he also has, it comes with the 340 engine that he wants to
Nice.
put in.
Nice.
You think that needs, come and check it out.
I love 340s.
Come and check it out. There's always something here, man. Always.
Funny how the Mopars keep finding you, Nick.
Yeah.
One motor after
They keep
another.
hunting you down and finding you.
Well, what's good is like we finally got summer, great weather.
Yeah.
We had a lot of rain the week before. Every day rain for like 10, 11, 12 days.
Yeah.
I finally got the lift outside, but this lift is inside the shop during the winter, and during the summer we bring it outside, which is great. And if you guys want to see the 340 that we're planning to put into the Dodge Dart, here it is.
So much better than the other. Oh.
Oh boy, yeah,
well.
this is gonna need some tender loving care.
You better
No,
believe
look,
it.
come on, it's old, it's old.
I think something's been living in it, Nick.
I don't know. This has to be opened up. Look in there. What do people storage things? I don't know.
I don't know. I was always
Anyways,
used to
when
store-
George comes in, I'll talk to him and see what he wants to do with it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, let me finish the charger, put the Dart there, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome.
Oh, it's been sitting a while.
It sure was.
Just the collection on the bottom of that awesome.
I remember that Charger,
Yes, sir.
Black Diamond,
Yes.
Swiss cheese.
Oh.
When we removed the oil pan, you see all the dead critters we found
Yeah,
in the oil?
there are a bunch of
It's on
varmints.
video.
There are a bunch of varmints in there.
Came all the way from Texas.
Yeah.
But once again, the plan is not to tear this apart. You're just
I'm
going
not
to-
sure yet. I want to talk to George on this.
Wow.
It is kind of messy. I don't know. I put the rags here. This came, it was open. Now, is there anything in there? I stuffed it with rags to close it off.
I would assume it's full of things.
I would say to err on the side of caution would be much advisable to.
This is the best part right here.
Yeah, yeah. You know something's in
Yeah.
there. And it's got a thermal quad intake, I noticed.
Yeah. Thermal quad intake. It's a late model cast crank. It's a 72, I believe. I did not even check it. I know it's got a cast crank.
And the block says 69.
69.
Yeah.
It's got a cast crank. Look at it.
Why the different colored pan?
I don't know. Look at that.
Something came off or came through the
You
other
see that?
pan?
Yes.
Look at it. The damper's cast.
Yeah.
Now,
Somebody replace it? Did
I
somebody?
have no idea.
This thing was opened up somewhere.
This
in
is
its
something
life.
all mixed up.
Very interesting.
You know what? Once I tell you, let me take off the oil pan, I'll tell you if it's a steel crank or not.
Yeah.
But right now, I didn't touch it yet.
No. Nice.
And there's just so much going on in my shop. You know, we had to stop working in the shop as we created a lot of dust working on cars
I know.
because we had to do a construction repair in the building. Not a construction repair. We had to modify the building and put an oil separator in our sewer.
Because of the nice people at the city, Nick?
The city of Laval, environmental Laval, or should I say Laval Environmental, wants us to put a oil separator in our sewer. So this was a lot of work involved, changing the sewer,
Yeah.
putting a separator, storage tank, plumbing, so much involved. And it's been now under 2 weeks under construction. It's not done yet. Created a lot of dust, stopped me from doing some jobs, and hopefully it gets done by next week.
Wow. That's
I
a
want my
big,
garage back.
What is all
Yeah.
this stuff, Nick?
That is a big job.
Well,
The
they're
water
putting,
comes down in here.
yes, that's a sewer. That's a sewer across the whole garage.
Even the water from the dyno comes down that
That's right. Comes right down here.
trench into here.
Then it goes down to a separator down here on the far right.
Under the rocks, there's a pipe
Yeah, there's 2 pipes. It goes into an oil separator right over here.
collecting the oil for the environment.
Yes, there's a division box there, or whatever you want to call it.
And then
And when the oil floats, it goes into that reservoir. And then whatever oil is dropped in there, the rest of the water returns to another pipe that goes into the sewer into the city. And there you have it.
reservoir goes multiple feet down, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is, it goes down 4.5 feet, I believe.
Big fella.
There's a lot of work involved.
And then it even has to have all this steel framing around it.
Yes, we had to put trap doors on the top. One for the separator and one for the reservoir if there is any need for anything.
That's what these are,
That's what they are.
not small puppies.
Would
That
that
is
affect
correct.
the water pressure, Nick, from for the
Sorry?
dyno? Would that affect the water pressure for the dyno?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No,
We're hoping not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And then when they come to pick up the oil, they do it from outside the building?
Yes, from outside, we have new plumbing outside the building.
Connection over here going out. All there.
It's just another expense.
Very inconvenient.
Yes.
And right across the front of your drive.
Yeah. Anyways, what can you do? It's the law. So we deal with the law. Nico, anyways, let's just change the subject. So what did you do on your MG this week?
Well, the last couple
I
weeks,
see you did the intake duct.
Oh yeah.
Show it to us. Show the viewers that. I remember the old piece out there was all mangled up.
Yeah, it was very.
So you
mangled.
you created something on your own.
Yeah, because if I wanted to get the original style piece, just for a little hose, it's like over 60 US, and I go, I'm gonna cheat a bit.
And where did you buy this from?
I went to Renault Depot, and this is the hose.
You mean like a Home Depot?
Home Depot?
Yeah. So you got all this.
Yeah, this is basically the hose for your gutters to let all the water out.
It looks
but it looks
so
the
good.
same.
It's also air intake.
Yeah, it's the air intake for my heater box.
It's fantastic.
So this is on your own. Great stuff,
Yeah.
man. Good stuff.
So now summer's here, you finally got some heat.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And you finally changed your leaf springs in the
Yeah,
back.
finally, I've been saying it for a while. We changed the leaves, which was not an easy job. A lot of rusty seized bolts.
Yeah, I remember your car being on very close to the ground.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was becoming not that fun to drive after that. So we did that, and it goes like a champ now.
Much better level.
Oh yeah. I changed my brake pistons for my drums, and then I went with the steel brush and I cleaned up my drums, put a clear coat on them so they look like brand new. Fixed the ripped seat. I went to Ivan's. We
I
put a
remember
patch over here.
there was a big opening here,
Yeah,
somewhere here, right?
yeah, it was like
So Ivan
about an inch
fixed it.
thick.
He did a good job on it. Pretty
yeah.
good, pretty good. Ivan's the man for that, let me tell you. And you were missing 2 trim rings,
Yeah,
so you got them on.
yeah. I found on Amazon similar ones. They were about $100 because if I wanted to go get the factory style, it's gonna cost me like close to 300 US. Sorry, 300 Canadian. So I went on Amazon, found these, and that's it.
Okay, cool,
You
nice.
love your car, Nico.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Keep up the good work, man.
Let me just throw in a big thank you to Carl Reichlich with his $50 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wow,
thank you,
thank you.
Carl. Thank you.
Awesome. Much
I-
appreciated.
I wanted to say something about we got a bag of coffee from the U.S. valued $40, and our duties here was $70. $70. I could have bought 3 buckets of coffee from Tim Hortons. You know, I want to thank the viewer that sent it to us, and
It was a very thoughtful gift, but unfortunately,
it was a thought. Yeah,
he checked the wrong box, so they thought it was a commercial shipment.
yeah.
So you had to pay all kinds of duties and taxes and stuff. But if you do want to send Nick a gift, first of all, you don't have to.
Don't have
But
to,
if
no.
you want to, please make sure you check the box that says gift.
That's
and then
right.
It won't cost Nick $60 to get a $20.
69.
$69.
$69.37,
Nick,
and
it
it
was
was
sent with love.
FedEx. FedEx sent with love. It was. It was with a payment.
It's the thought that counts, but
Yeah.
you're already paying enough to the government with having to rip this up.
Oh, it's enough. It's enough. Look at this. This is my shop full of dust. You know, we try to cover the cars and on and off working on the cars. It was not easy. It was not easy. But the best part, if you guys have seen on shorts on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, I finally got to drive Kowalski. Yeah, so I didn't take it easy. I popped the clutch again, like I always do. And what did I want to show something on it?
I know what I want to show.
What do you want to show?
Something in your phone
Oh, yeah?
about a yellow car.
Oh, that one. Yeah, we got a few cars coming in. Should I say it or not until
No.
I'd like,
I mean
like-
a yellow car.
I'd like
that
to say
made
it.
its way home.
wow.
A yellow car.
Oh, Eugene's Charger. That's okay, I thought you meant another car that's coming in that's yellow. Okay, Eugene finally got his car this week.
Hooray!
Hooray. And so did Jules with the 66 Coronet. They were shipped both together to Austin, Texas. Both these cars are 9 miles apart that came both to my shop. Eugene's was here a few years ago. Jules came in early this year. And now they went both together on the same transport. And now they're both photographed in Texas together. I have it all on my phone. And Eugene, Jules, enjoy your ride, you guys. And
Send us pictures.
we got a few pictures.
We're
Yeah.
about to see some. I think Abel just went to get them.
Yeah, George's going to place them on Instagram, I guess. No, George?
Put them up on the gram too, if given permission.
There you go. That'll be great.
Gonna see some right away.
Go ahead there, Robert.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Robert, Eugene is,
Well, you don't know how to open your phone, so.
let me see. I want to show Eugene.
Oh, guys, you're all standing right next to that hole.
Yeah, we're dangerously,
Precariously on the precipice.
here's Eugene sitting in his car.
We're not seeing his phone number there. Okay, good stuff.
There he is. There's Eugene.
Mr.
You guys, there's Eugene in his car.
Very well deserved. What a patient man.
Very.
Nice. So glad to see you behind the wheel, Mr. Eugene.
And then I want to find that picture with Jules' car also.
I love the mustache
is in
too. He
your,
looks like he's in
emails.
1970.
Well, he's been with the U.S. Air Force all his life.
Well,
Now I got to find Jules.
that's a great
You have
feeling.
to go to your emails, I think.
Here, emails? Okay, here. Want to find it?
No.
Oh, here it is. There it is.
Make sure we don't see any addresses there.
There's no addresses. Here we go.
Here we come.
There's Jules' Coronet with the Hemi
Side
and
by
Eugene's
side.
440. There they are.
That is a beautiful thing to see. Nice. I want to know if they lit them up, if they raced, they look lined up, ready to go.
Well, you know, I spun the tires of both cars when they were here. But you know, anyways,
And that made room for some new work to come in.
yes, we got a few cars. But what I'm proud of is that I brought my car down. I brought my car down. And I want to put on display. We have a party going on here on the 21st of June, which is in a couple of weeks from now.
2 weeks, 1 day.
Everybody's invited, rain or shine, whatever you want to call it, whatever weather we got. We're going to be here. I'm going to have my car on display with all the memorabilia I bought from Neil. And just to say that Neil is a gentleman who sold me all the memorabilia that he's been saving for years. I went down to South Carolina and I bought everything. There I am with him handing me over the glove box that was signed by Barry Newman. Now, we all know that this is a very rare signature. If you want to show it, Robert, here it is. Show him the card that he sent him a camera to Barry Newman to also take a picture of it holding the glove box that he sent him back in 1999.
Awesome.
If you guys want to see the glove box, it's right here.
Still in the box.
Still in the box. Let me pull it out.
It keeps it safe.
I got a few things. I've got a lot of things. Here's another picture from Barry Newman.
I gave you that for Christmas one year, Nick.
Nice, nice. And this is the best part right here. Here it is. Where's that picture? Here it is. Here we go.
Awesome.
Is that rare?
It's the real
No.
thing. It's the
You know, Carol Shelby signed millions of times. But finding Barry Newman's signature,
You
very
can
rare.
even see the little chip.
Yeah,
You
right there.
see
Look at
it
this.
on the picture.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Barry.
yeah,
That memorabilia is priceless.
it is.
Really.
I got somebody. They're gonna have it all on display on the.
Can't wait. I can't
That's
wait.
right.
Speaking of priceless, look at that car.
It is. You know.
Behind the oil absorber right now.
Yeah.
I can still see it.
Collecting a lot of dust. We covered it. Don't cover it. No matter what we did, it was getting all.
Well, I equate this Kowalski to one thing.
What?
It's the nicest, the finest one in existence.
I think it is.
It's world class, and there's not another
It sure
one
is.
like it.
It sure is.
U-code,
Yeah.
everything.
Put the glove box back in the box there for me, please, Robert. Yeah, it is. 440 Magnum. Oh, everybody was asking, you know, the car does have a 440 Magnum. It came from the factory, the 440 Magnum. But this engine that I have in the car, I've said it before, it is a test mule 440 that I use for my dyno for testing. It is well detailed, as it is in 1970. And this is the engine I just put to the floor and keep beating it. Yeah, it's got Eagle connector rods. It's got the hardened seat valve seats on the 452 cast iron heads, factory intake, factory carburetor, factory exhaust manifolds. Even the stovepipe is there. But if you guys want to see what I've got next, we're going to go in the engine room. If you guys have a minute, you want to follow me, let's take a walk.
Lots to talk about in the engine room, Nick.
Oh,
Lots to talk about.
there's a lot to talk about.
I gave him a little peek as I was coming out.
Okay, let's go see this. Let's go show them. Just watch your step here. What do you think, you guys? Manny, you remember the trip to South Carolina? All that?
Long trip.
It was.
We were just discussing. That's the only person that he would sell
Only
it to.
you could buy that.
And,
Yeah, he
and
didn't.
you're the only one who would buy this. But I'm saying it
He
doesn't
had-
belong to anybody else.
He had a lot of buyers on the glove box. Okay? He had a lot of buyers on the glove box, but signed by Barry Newman. But he wouldn't sell it.
No,
It's
this
me.
This is the car for it.
Remember, he's showing us everything.
Yeah. No, he was honest. He
And
was
that's
straight
very
up.
unique too. That 8-track in a wrapper, never opened up. And I do have an 8-track in my car that came from the factory,
Should make it play.
and I left it in place. It is not a Kowalski edition for 1970, but since this car is rare with a 8-track, I got the 8-track soundtrack unopened, and I kept it. Of course, that also came from Neo. That's cool.
Very cool, actually. And
This
he's
is
a,
a-
he's
this
a
is
very
a-
simple man, very humble.
It is.
He put a lot of years into
Many
collecting
years.
all this information.
These are just a tiny fraction of what Nick got in that collection. There's
Oh, this is
dozens
not.
and dozens
We.
of
I have a.
We had a truck full. We brought back a truck full.
That's right. We got a minivan. We got a minivan. We rented a minivan to bring everything back. What do you got there, Maverick? Pizza. Pizza. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Let me, I want to go show off something at the engine room.
Let me just throw in while we're between things, Nick. Steve
Yes.
Shoemaker with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Steve Shoemaker.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Steve Shoemaker, like Eugene, is an ex-pilot. Served his nation up in the clouds.
Wow.
Very cool. And the Bandit is here. Very
Bandit.
With a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. He says,
Thank you,
hi,
sir.
Nick and all the crew.
Thank you,
Have
Bandit.
an awesome weekend. My beautiful wife said hello to you also.
Well,
nice to see Kowalski and Nick driving her. Hi, Manny, buddy. Take care all.
Thank you, man.
Made the most of that
Best
super
wishes
chat.
to you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for
all the best.
Thanks, everybody, for supporting the channel like that.
And if you guys make it here for the party, we're going to have George for Patat 2000, who's created the sauce for his poutine. A great sauce, and a poutine sauce for, he's going to be here on the on our day of the party. He's going to be giving out poutines
While supplies last.
while supplies last. I don't know how he's going to do it. He's going to bring a truck, potatoes, sauce, cheese, and everything.
He's gonna have his
And he's going to give out as much as he can.
Yeah.
So this sauce is also going to be sold worldwide. It's going to be in many supermarkets. It's under, right now, going into distribution centers. And you've seen this pack? That's from George.
Ask at your local grocery store. It's available all over North America and on Amazon.
There you have it.
Nick, I love the idea that some people might be tasting their first ever poutine because they're going to drive up from the
Yes.
States to come and visit you to see the show. And they'll get a poutine while they're here.
That's right.
A taste of Montreal.
And apparently, we're going to have a lot of out-of-towners coming here.
Yeah, and not only that, one of the best poutines around, period.
It is. It is.
Tell them what a poutine is, everybody.
Don't mind.
Well, it's French fries with curd cheese and gravy. And
hot.
it is hot and it melts and it's just a comfort food as you cannot believe.
And it is a Quebec dish, isn't it?
It's authentic Francais Canadian cuisine.
Last time we mentioned it on the channel, an argument began. Some people were saying it was not a Quebec dish.
No?
But I will state that artificial intelligence at Google states that it was invented in Quebec in the 80s.
So
What?
we're going to go with AI on this one.
There you go.
AI rules. Listen, there's very few things that we can claim. This is one of the ones that we claim here.
there you go.
They're probably.
That's
Wow.
okay, it's okay.
Is anybody?
There's nothing like it. And the poutine sauce is good for more than just fries.
Yeah. Well, he has a good menu there.
Yeah,
But he specializes in the poutine. That's what we're talking about, you know.
yeah. That absolutely.
And that Jeep that is there will be at the show here with Paul.
Yes.
We're going to have it here. It's a military Jeep, the Korean War Jeep, 1953. Has anybody asked what these other three cars? Corvette, Mustang, Cobra? Well, we got a 66 Mustang with a small V8. I believe it's a 289. Came in for a little minor tune-up. We got the Corvette that was converted from drum brakes to disc brakes. I did with Robert over the week. And the Cobra, we're still doing some tuning with it, trying to make it run. Anyways, that took a while. I'm not going to go into details with it right now.
See,
Awesome.
the more I hang around, the more Fords come in.
Yes, here we go. We've got two Fords here. And is anybody asking why is this car still here? Because we're not doing the project. It's a big job. We're not doing it.
Another A body.
Another A-body, 67 Barracuda.
Yeah.
You got to know what you can take and what you can't.
Well, you know, he's missing a lot of pieces, and I don't want to break his budget, but, you know, I just want to help him out.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, a lot of pieces missing. They even lost the engine where he went at the body shop. We had it for 8 years, I believe.
Unbelievable.
They don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
They got up and walked away.
Yeah, it disappears. Poof.
And Monday night's video,
Yeah.
guess what?
What?
I'm cruising. Not beating a car, not pumping in a clutch.
Wait.
Relaxing.
You're just cruising?
Yeah.
Taking it easy?
Yes.
What
How
happened?
could that be?
Are
Well,
you feeling okay?
Tell me
Did
what you
have a-
think. It's right here.
Did you have a fever?
No, I didn't have
Oh,
a
God,
this.
Cadillac.
This is what I was cruising. Now this car drops to the floor. Right now we're not going to do it because right now we're still doing repairs on it.
Oh, there's.
But we made a video Monday night. You guys, Monday night video is coming up. It's me cruising with the 66 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
That was before all this dust got on it from
Yeah.
digging up the floor.
Anyways, but it's a nice cruise with it.
Were you playing Bruce Springsteen at the time? Cadillac?
No.
Okay, just checking.
One question I have. Why is the plate green?
It doesn't belong to this car, but he brought it. That's his company.
Oh, okay, okay.
They do roof repairs.
You can see there's a blue one.
You're not driving with that plate. That's all.
That's all. Yeah, it's only here for
Yeah.
just to show it off. It's a big white blue interior, or should I say white interior? Sorry.
Damn, this thing is twice the size of my Duster.
You know why the quarter panel is called a quarter panel?
More.
It's a quarter mile long.
Yeah.
On this car, yes.
Rim shot.
It's got a big V8 429 cubic inch from the factory. And you know what? Check out Monday night's video. Enjoy the ride, you guys.
Oh yeah,
Just love the nose on this car.
Yeah.
it's menacing. It's menacing.
And I was saying, coming to the engine room, just to change the subject, I want to show them what we've been working on because I couldn't work on much of the cars this week. And I said a long time ago that after 5 years sitting in the corner, 5 years sitting in the corner, I finally worked on the last month or so on my original matching engine to my Kowalski Challenger. Here it is. All genuine pieces.
With 906 heads, I see.
906 heads, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the main question is, okay, we're going to put on the dyno. We can't run the dyno because we don't have a sewer. And the dyno runs on fresh water.
Correct.
So we have no sewer. So then we can't run it. So this is the engine I want to put on the dyno. But we also made a video from A to Z how to assemble a V8 with a guy back home with simple tools, with nothing like blueprinting or racing. All original built, factory. I'm looking for factory horsepower, which is 375. Now, is it going to get 375?
I think
The
so.
pistons I put in there are from Tier W. They're about 20, 24 thou below the deck. The heads, I said I milled them about 5 thou or something. Well, I milled them a bit more than that. You know why? Because the true compression ratio is not 10.5. It's 9.6, 9.7, 9.8. I milled the heads 30 thou.
Okay.
So let's see what we're going to get. And of course, we did some bowl blending with Manny on the valve job.
Oh, you're gonna get horsepower.
You're gonna
So
get some serious
if all I
power
want
here.
is factory horsepower, factory torque, and I'll be happy.
Okay, we'll pull a spark plug then.
And the big question is, and I said it on the video when George made a video on how we assembled this engine.
It might be 2 or 3 videos. We did a lot of shooting those days.
Yeah, we started from scratch when we got the block, got the crank, put the house, showing them how to install pistons, measure clearance, bearings, in play, whatever. Valve job, how we do the valve springs, spring pressure, everything as much as I can. But the most important thing is, you know that I got a 440 running in my Challenger.
Correct.
And you know I like beating it.
Yes.
Would you put this in the car or would you put it beside the car on a stand? Detailed with everything on it.
Well,
What would you do?
My take would be I would leave it next to it as the same thing you did with your Hemi Cuda many years ago.
Let me ask our viewers, what do you think? Hey?
As one of your viewers, Nick, I'd say leave it in a glass box, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know what? I want to read the comments, see what they say.
Another thing that's very striking, the camera might not show this, but the paint on this, the paint job on this is so magnificent.
Robert painted it.
Wow.
Nice job, Bobby.
You went through a few cans
Look
of
at
paint,
that.
Robert.
It's like, wow.
Robert, I gave him to him, he painted, and I'm sure he had a great time doing it.
It was last Friday.
And, you know, I haven't seen spray guns do this well.
Well,
And the
Robert's good
exhaust
at it.
manifolds.
I told Robert, give it your best shot, and he did a good job.
Wow, did he ever do a good job?
Now we just can't wait to put on the dyno,
Yeah.
get it running. It's got 6-pack rods. It's got 30 over pistons. It's got an original Melling camshaft, Melling lifters, Melling valves, oil pump, timing chain, all, you know, replacement parts, all by Melling, oil pump drive. And, you know, the shafts are from Melling. The push rods, I did not put in, or the rockers, but mine were in good shape, so I kept it for another customer for another 440.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. If
Yes.
you want it to run well, you want it to run solid, you want it to have horsepower, you need Melling parts.
Yeah, they work
Thank
for me.
God I put Melling valves in my car. Oh,
I know. Well, you know what? They never
Quality
give me any
parts.
issues. They work
no,
for me.
they're well made. They're well made.
They are.
I'm just,
I've used them for many, many years. I never had any issues.
you know, in all fairness, that's the go-to pump for any Ford 3.8.
I agree.
Sorry, they're the high
not
volume
only-
ones, and that's the way to go.
Not only
I'm
Fords.
in the milling club, too.
Yes,
Atta
here.
boy, George.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We got Melling here on the valve job we did here for George 6-cylinder.
Look at the length
Here
of
it
that
is.
thing.
Look, this is an inline 6, 230 cubic inch, 64 Bel Air, George.
It's like a foot-long hot dog. Yes, sir.
There it is.
It's a 1964
This is the
Bel Air.
valve job you did, Manny.
That's right. And just for people to know, it takes up the full length of the machine when you try and do these valves. So it's like I had the end stocks like all the way out in order to get this thing to fit.
That is correct. But then we got a set of new valve springs. We put Viton seals. They're all here. You know, we're working on right now, of course, for George's 6-cylinder. And if you guys take a look at the short block,
Yes!
all we have is just the crank and the pistons in. Robert, turn it over, please.
We had a hard time finding a seal. Eh?
Oh, yes, the seal that came with the package was not correct. Now, are we looking for crazy power on this 6-cylinder? Not really. We wanted to keep it simple.
Reliability.
Just less smoke is what I've been.
We recalibrated ourselves when we realized the size of the differential in the back is the size of a walnut.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
right.
drive shaft is probably as large as a McDonald's straw.
Right.
And the transmission's probably my foot size.
That's right.
And
So,
the car's as big as a bungalow.
so
yeah,
you know,
so yeah, we recalibrated ourselves on this one and said, let's make it reliable, tweak it a little bit, get it some performance, but nothing crazy.
that's right. That's why we're not going through any crazy intake yet. There could be something in the future we don't know yet.
The base is set.
Don't forget,
Base is set.
what I want to tell people is, you know, when you upgrade the engine for more power, you got to upgrade everything else on the car.
Which
And
many people
brakes.
don't do.
that's right.
Like brakes.
Brakes,
We're going disc
everything.
brakes on George.
Look, we also zero decked it. We did bowl blending, so we might gain maybe 20 horsepower, maybe 30, I'm not sure,
Which, let's be serious, that's about, what, 15-20%?
which is pretty cool,
That's
no?
pretty nuts. That's quite a gain.
And we got a little mild cam from ComCam, which is right here. It's in there. And we'll show the cam switch when we put on the engine dyno. But till then, you know, I want to make a little video putting the cylinder head on and everything.
This thing is going to make it on the dyno, so we will see the real.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people waiting to see this thing on the dyno.
I'm gonna be here.
And if you guys know, I've never had a 6-cylinder.
See the cam here.
Yeah, the crazy camshaft all exposed.
We have also a new Melling oil pump
Turn the cam.
here.
Okay.
And that's a pretty long camshaft, 3 feet long,
Yeah,
practically.
no kidding.
That is so cool.
7
How
mains.
smooth that is.
Yeah.
7 mains, huh?
7 main bearings.
Run forever.
Yeah.
What a coincidence, though. This little pathetic little putt-putt is next to this brawny beast, numbers matching, one-of-a-kind Kowalski. And they're getting built by the same hands in the same
Yeah.
week. It's incredible.
And it's
And they're waiting, well, we can't wait to get this one done, to get this out of the way. Because I want to put it on, after dyno testing and everything goes well, I want to finish detailing it with Robert and put it beside my car on display during the show we're going to have here on the 21st of June.
correct. Correct.
Now, is everybody asking what's on the dyno?
What's on the dyno, Nick?
What's on the dyno? We have an engine sitting on the dyno for 2 weeks.
Oh, and it's
2
parked.
weeks. Let's go see
Parked,
it. Let's
yeah.
go check it out. This engine belongs to Tom from Gananoque, Ontario.
Gananoque.
Who we saw recently in a video. Well, we didn't see Tom, but we saw his engine.
Terry McCann's stomping grounds.
Now this is an engine.
Different Tom.
This is an engine that he bought. He bought from somewhere in the U.S. Installed it in the car, and his biggest problem was burning oil, puffs of smoke in the back. But he said to me, you know, Nick, put on the dyno, get it running. It's what you see. So I haven't got it running yet because we can't use the water supply because the sewer is not operating.
Yeah.
So here I am 2 weeks waiting on it so I could do some dyno testing. So the way he brought it to me, all I did was put the carburetors on and put it on the dyno, and now I'm on standby and waiting to do some testing.
I noticed it has Indy heads on it.
Indy cylinder heads, yes, Indy cylinder heads. And he has a different intake manifold. I believe this is a Holly intake, I'm not sure. It's not a Chrysler intake manifold.
Looks like a mod man from.
Who knows what it is? I know that the factory cleaner is not going to fit.
No.
And you know, he had big, heavy cast aluminum valve covers. He had a breather on one side and a PCV valve on this side. And he has no shields. You know, you make a valve cover, do it correctly.
Yeah.
You know, do it correctly. You know, I'm getting fed up with manufacturers, and I'm going to say it because I'm fed up. I'm going to say something about Holly. Okay, no, I had it. I spent too much time on this. For example, the valve covers we took off on this. First of all, you make valve covers and they weigh 30 pounds each practically. Then you got a PCV valve and a breather, and they don't put a shield. Okay, they don't put a shield. So the oil splash from the rockers are going to the breather, into the valve, PCV valve, sucked in through the intake and out through the exhaust, through the engine, through the exhaust, and you see puff of smoke. Now, we don't know, is this the case in this engine?
We don't know.
We don't know. Because right now what I did is I put the original valve covers. We had to make him fit because it did not fit. He brought him beside the engine. Anyways, we're going to know when we get it
We
right.
have to make an adjustment.
A little adjustment there.
Yeah, we just made some dents just temporarily. We can flatten that out after. We don't know where we're going yet. It's only a temporary.
Nick, if I could just interrupt and say somebody who's not temporary, somebody who's here every live show that I can remember, Joel Jenkins,
Hey, Joel.
with a $25 super chat. Hey guys from Pittsburgh, glad to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope to see you at Carlisle. Good question.
I'll be there.
Awesome.
I'll be there this year.
But you didn't finish, Nick. Why would you want to say something about?
But Holly, you know, Holly, even Elderbrock,
Hey Holly, you listening?
Holly, you make carburetors with the electric choke. Sure, look, I've done this with a lot of brand new carburetors. And everybody wants to argue with me, you can argue with. Don't tell me there's no choke pull-off, because there isn't no choke pull-off. You have electric choke, it shuts. It starts, and then it takes a sweet time to open. And what does it do? I do all kinds of adjustments. No matter what, I can't get it right. It stalls when it's cold, or it runs too rich.
Correct.
And you can't get it perfect, okay? So, what we did, finally, after a few cars playing with them, we gotta go manual choke.
Absolutely.
That's the only way. I know we have to teach people how to use a manual choke. It's the only way. And you know, let's take my original Carter, my Challenger. He's got an automatic choke with a thermostat. You give it a shot of gas, the door closes. The moment it starts, it opens up partially with a choke pull-off. Now, why can't Holly do that?
Okay.
Why can't Holly put a choke pull-off? Make my job easier.
Come on, Holly.
You know how many cars come back until we can fix it right?
Yeah, well,
A few times.
That's
And then you know
also-
what? Then you got to bend the butterfly because it shuts it off too much. Then you adjust the electric choke. Robert and I, we're paying left, right, day after day after day. Cold test, hot test, cold test. It's insane.
I know. And
It
you're-
is
and
insane.
and you're frustrated. And you know, with today's cars, with today's engines that we have aluminum heads on them, they don't have any heat crossover, aluminum intakes. People block them off. Unfortunately, these choke pull-offs don't work as well as
I know.
as yours.
Look,
but Holly should have compensated and made adjustments for that,
If
because
you-
they should realize.
Every manufacturer.
Say something.
Go ahead.
Robert just
Anybody
saw
made
my
a
face light
comment?
up because I just saw Tom and Cindy in the chat. I just want to say, hey, nice to see you, Tom and Cindy.
Tom and Cindy, we have a little problem. We have a lot of comments telling us why is the hose painted on the bypass hose from the intake to the water pump?
Oh my goodness, how
It's
could it be?
factory.
It's supposed to be painted.
It's supposed to be painted. It's factory. Tell them that. Read the comments and keep telling me, Nick, why you did a job like that.
It was only 2 or 3 comments, Nick. There were
Okay.
hundreds
Let's show
others.
the hose in question.
Yeah, let's go show the engine.
To
Come.
the hose!
Let's go show off the engine.
To the historically correct hose!
Here it is. There it is. This is genuine.
Shiny, beautiful blue hose.
This is genuine.
Those bypasses. Many people, not many people, a few people thinks it's not supposed to be painted. But it was on before the engine goes to paint. So it's supposed to be painted.
And in 1970, when the engines were painted orange, same thing. The hose was painted orange just like the engine.
And I was telling George this afternoon that even if you want to push the details like on your Kowalski, the grommet where the PCV valve is, and
Should be painted.
It should be painted, and the PCV valve as well.
Yes.
It looks funny when you see them all painted, but that's the way they were.
You want to show them the latch on my Challenger? Give them a... Here. Come over here. I want to show something. Man, you come check this out.
Pay attention, historical experts.
No, no, no. Let me tell you. This, from the factory, this catch for the latch. The latch was zinc. This here was zinc, okay? The latch. This was body color. This is not correct. But this is my personal touch because I'll tell you why. Now, this is painted white from the factory, like the body color. But then you have your audience. Not everybody's a Concours guy. 99% they're not, right? 1% will tell you, Nick, that's incorrect. True, but I'm not going to care. But the 99% of the people that know the Concours, when they see that, they're going to say, that's a detailed car. That's the difference. So you look at the 99% people, that's detail work. Even though it's not correct, it should be painted white. But when it's painted white, it looks like the guy was too lazy to take it off and just shot it with paint, and who cares?
What I heard,
Shortcut. Pardon?
They get chipped up as soon
That's
as you
right.
close it the first time. There's a chip on it.
Robert, am I right or wrong?
well, what I heard, Nick, is in 70 it's supposed to be like that. 71 and up, they were body color.
Okay, so there you go. Well, I like it still zinc.
I like it like that.
I have one on the back, it's green with my trunk.
And I had an argument one on our forum with a guy with the wire for the.
The trunk light? Yeah.
It's he said, "Is this supposed to be black or brown?" And I told him it's supposed to be brown because I remember yours. And then another guy put a doubt in my head. He
My
said,
God.
apparently in 70 they are black, and 71 and up they are brown.
So things changed.
Hey, this is a late model 70.
Okay.
This is a late model 70. This car was built in March.
And we did it brown,
Yeah.
period.
I found it brown. I found a unmolested car was brown, so I copied him.
Okay.
But don't forget, this is a late model Challenger. It's not built in '69. It was built in March 1970.
There's the right way, there's the wrong way, and then there's the way Nick does it,
Yeah, this is my way.
which is usually the right way.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Nick, I just wanted to catch in for somebody who's coming in a little late in the program. I think Watermelon for Breakfast is asking if Nico's car got its new leaf springs. We did mention that earlier in the show, Watermelon.
Yes.
Yes, he
Sitting-
did.
It's sitting straight now.
Sitting
It is.
straight
It
up.
is.
Looks
It is.
good.
We
Yeah.
did some work on Nick's leaf spring too.
Yeah, we did some work on this one too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we got it straight. You know, right now it's on the lift, but it's
You
all
want to
good.
pick it up to show the extra leaf? Or?
Well, you want to show it? Yeah, why not? Here. I'll close the hood. George, you want to show them the tag here, the special tag I made?
Sure, you bet.
This is something very special I made on my own. This is very unique, only to my car. This tag was screwed into my fender because it belongs to this car and only my car. Take a good look what it says.
Can't get too close here. Let me zoom in. There we are.
There's a personalized tag.
Kowalski Vanishing Point. Restored by Nick Panaritas.
Is that cool or what?
Yes, it is.
You know, we have Austin Martins, you have Ferraris. This
Personalize the car.
is my personal Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay? What do you think?
I love it.
So let's pick it up. We're going to show them the spring work we did.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Robert. And if you guys want to know the original film, it was a 440 Magnum in the car, like so.
Nick, while we're talking about your beautiful car, could I just mention Telly Gumas, who shot those
Yes.
awesome pictures? from
Yeah,
your car?
Telly came by. We made some special pictures. They're going to be on Instagram, George. You're going to show them off?
They're being on Instagram. Go and check them out. They were one of your most popular posts in the last several months.
You kidding?
People love those pictures.
Wow, cool. All right.
Thank you, Telly.
Now this car has 500 miles of beating. Never let me down, but it's doing good. Here we go.
I think it was only 200 miles of road and 300 miles of burnout.
I think so too. And you know, I'm really surprised the tires are not bald yet after beating them so much. You see the work? This side has 7 springs.
That's what I was going to say.
See that? That's the way it comes. Factory. 7. It is a real
6 on the
RT.
other one.
And the other side has 6 springs.
There you go.
Show them off, Robert. And they got unique numbers on them too.
I don't know if you see George on the side.
Yes, sir.
So
You
that's
explained why?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Robert will explain it.
And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And
why do we
what's
have
that
that,
all
Robert?
about?
The two last one are just half.
That's okay. And what do?
Torquety torque.
Yeah, the thing is, when you take off with the car, the front left side wants to lift. So all the load is going on the rear
Right rear side.
So you put an extra leaf there to compensate for the torque.
And it also helps with all that load to keep the wheel from like wrapping up and giving you wheel hop. Very, very cool. Back in the 70s.
And if you guys want to know what a Dana 60 is, this is a Dana 60 with a 354 ratio.
With the W.
Yep. That's factory.
That's something I learned last week. Nick was told that the right plug on a Dana should have a W on it.
Yeah.
That is
As
correct.
a matter of fact, my Dana, my Magnum has that too.
Good.
19.
It's factory.
Yeah.
Now it just needs a little bit of cleaning. Nico, do you see the mess? Look up there, man. On a white car, look at him. Look, we've got a little bit dirty up there, look. Wow.
As it should be.
We'll clean it. I'll get Jimmy to do it, or Nico. Can you do it one day for me?
Sure.
Actually, we got to do it before the party. Before you go on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know that pizza smells good there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nick, you're at almost an hour. It's 5 minutes to 1 hour. Do you want to answer 2-3 checks that we can jump on the pizza?
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So there you have it. This is my baby. You know, I'm going to be doing more driving with this car.
As you should.
I went and explored that road I want to shoot your car on again, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't survive the winter very well. It's a little bumpy, but it looks beautiful out there. I'm picking farm roads for a future shoot.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's go check out some chats. Let me get my glasses.
Just a quickie, then Nick's going to have his dinner.
Okay, let me get my glasses. We're going to go in there.
Set up one more look at this beautiful car. It's going to be Monday's video. Check it out, everybody. Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We drop a video every Monday. We have shorts here and there. It picks up whispering too. It's okay.
Okay. No, because I just wanted to mention if anyone, Tony, let me ask.
Yeah.
I know you have a Duster that you want to put up for sale.
Yes, I do.
If anybody's interested, it's a 73 Duster.
Yeah.
Just any
And it's got a 340.
It was your old car.
My brother's old car a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
And I know you also have a Dodge Magnum.
Yeah.
And you can't afford to keep both cars in one shop, in one garage door at home.
Yeah, it's a little
So you want to put up for
difficult.
sale?
Yeah, I want to.
If you want to describe
Time-
it, if maybe
It's
it's the
time
view.
for it to find another caretaker.
It's a 73 Duster,
It's a
right?
73 Duster. It's a X Block 340 stroked out to 400 cubic inches.
Petty blue.
Petty blue. It's got a 6-point cage in it, but we're modifying that. Dana 60 on it. Nice converter. Car drives really great on the street, and it's a 10-second car still.
It is.
It's so-
Sounds awesome.
And sounds awesome. The most striking part about it is that it's an original car with never ending, as you know,
No sheet metal
no
replaced.
sheet metal ever replaced. It was
Solid car.
a 40,000-mile car that you got it.
George bought it from an old man.
Yes,
Engine built by Nick.
Yeah.
I built the engine many, many
That's
years
right.
ago. Still running great.
still running
How many
okay.
races did that thing win? Countless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He used to pop wheelies with it.
yeah.
But right now it's more of a street version.
Now it's a street version. It's got
If I
street
had the
tires.
If I had the room, Maverick,
Yeah.
I don't care that I don't
Yeah.
have the money. I would sell everything else I own to have that car.
It-
It's so cool.
It's just too difficult. I have, I don't know if some of my friends know. I mean, I don't usually share this. I have a son with a disability, and it's kind of hard to keep both cars. And his heart. If I tell him to go into either of the cars, he loves to go into the Magnum. He goes-
Magnum? And you bought the Magnum brand new.
Family.
It is.
That's
I bought
right.
the Magnum brand new. I was 17 or 18 years old. I was a GM person at the time.
Thank God you converted.
Hold on. and I got converted by Nick
He says
by
that as
coming.
he's leaning on my
Yeah, okay. I got.
We're breathing happiness into
Yeah,
this.
I know. I went to the lane with James. He
Oh,
brought me.
okay.
He brought
Back
me
in
there
the
first-
alley.
And I
That was
saw.
it. It was over.
I was over. I saw the Hemi Cuda and I couldn't believe it. I go, wow. And then Nick's telling me he embraced me with open arms. It was so nice. He's got the biggest heart. Come down to the basement. Check out this motor. It's a Hemi. What's a Hemi? 17 years old.
That's a heavy.
It was huge. And I became a Chrysler person.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So
Most people who meet Nick do become Chrysler people if they're not already.
you know what? Nick's got the biggest heart. Period.
And
Much like Donaldo Lono, who just sent us $20. Sorry for the terrible
Thank you.
pronunciation.
you.
Donaldo.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants any more information or anything on the car,
send me an
just
email.
contact.
Send me an email. I'll get your contact with Tony, and he'll give you the description of the car, and you guys can take it from there.
It's not just a car, it's a Duster with Panaritas pedigree.
Yeah, my brother George used to have it for quite a few years.
He
Yeah.
used to race it.
That's right.
I even have a
And right
picture
now
of
it's
my
been
son
lately
in
on
the
the
car.
street. No, lately it's on the street.
Yeah.
It is something great. And of course today we celebrate D-Day. Oh, sorry, not celebrate D-Day. We honor. We remember the day. We honor all the soldiers that fought on D-Day in Normandy, June the 6th. There it is. Show to them.
That's my car.
Just to give you
Going
an
back and
idea,
forth to the old
that's my
subject?
son from way back,
Awesome.
sitting in his car with the helmet on.
The color doesn't look right on my camera, folks. It's a lighter petty blue than that.
Yeah,
But it's
petty
a
blue.
beautiful, beautiful car.
It is. It is. It's clean as clean can be. Cleaner than Kleenex.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Nick, you were having a lovely thought there about the
Paul,
folks who-
I just wanted to say something. Paul was telling us, you know, he's with the Canadian Military Legion, and he was also said that today is the 6th of June, and we honor the people that, or should I say, the men and
Fought
women that fought in Normandy,
And died.
D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
many people,
many nations.
went on a mission there, and you know, apparently it was they went over the water in the English Channel,
That's right.
bad weather,
That's right.
went through a horrific
They-
landing
that's right.
with their ships and whatever.
It was
What a
terrible-
disaster.
It was a terrible place to go in from because of the gun emplacements above them.
That's right.
But our guys didn't back down. They didn't back down. They didn't back off.
No.
That's commitment, and that's what it was. That was the price that we paid for freedom.
And we honor everybody
Yeah.
For
we
being there
thank everybody for
and
their
fighting.
service.
fighting for freedom.
That's right.
And that was the epic operation that turned the tide and that began the end of World War II.
That's right.
correct.
Liberated Europe.
So a lot of
Countries.
a lot of people give up their life just to give us what
Yes.
we have.
We have our freedom thanks to them.
Of course. Of
Right
course.
on.
And we, like they say, lest we forget. So we should never
That's
forget
right.
what they gave up for what we have today.
Exactly.
And our petty little thoughts and our petty little wants and desires don't measure up to their actions.
The greatest generation, truly.
Yeah. It was.
If anybody hasn't seen it already, we made a post on YouTube this morning that reposts that video with Paul and his beautiful Army Jeep from the Korean War.
Korean War, yes.
And we said a word or two there about it as
That's
well.
right.
And because we're doing two subjects at once, there's the Duster again.
Yes.
It was because of D-Day that we have the freedom to still own these cars.
That's right.
Beautiful. Nice. I think you just gave away your house on the internet there, Maverick.
That's okay.
Never mind.
And what? And let's go on the chats right now. What do we got,
Car is not
Robert?
there. It's locked in a secure location right
Yes,
now.
it is.
Wow, there's a lot of chats going on.
Wow.
Sergeant Love, hello. Oh, wow. Hello, everyone is doing with Tony. Countdown, Dad. My uncle will do 102 this July. He's going to be 102 this July, next month.
He was,
He was born on the beach on D-Day.
Born on the
What
beach.
was in the beach on
Oh,
D-Day.
okay. That's better.
Wow.
God bless them.
God bless him, yeah.
My dad was almost on that beach, but the landing craft he was on was hit, so he had to
That's
sail
okay.
it back to England.
Hello, guys. Great show. See you soon. Keith Harris. Hello from Nebraska. Yeah, we have a hello from Dr. Go. Hey, there we
Hey,
go.
Dr.
Dr. Go. Dr. Go, I'll be caught up. You're going to be there this year.
Dr. Go's a sweetheart.
First time saying hello.
Tom and
We'll
Cindy say hello.
we'll meet Chell. Sorry?
Don't be shy,
Tom and
say it
Cindy?
again.
Yeah.
Tom and Cindy
Tom and
say
Cindy
hello.
say hello, yes.
Hello back to you guys.
hey,
Roadrunner James, see you at the Carlisle. Who's coming with you? Robert and Joe?
I probably will.
Okay, well, we're getting a gang together, so we're going to find out soon.
Yeah.
We're hoping for friendly cross-border conditions.
And you know what? We have an engine to bring down the car that belongs to Michael in Pennsylvania. We assembled it for him, so now I just got to return it back to Pennsylvania when we go to Carlisle.
Nice.
Okay, Joe, wow. These guys went through hell. Hello, back then they were heroes. That's true.
Amen.
Definitely.
They were all kids. They were all kids.
Yeah, they were young, very young. Scott Kovacs. Hello, everyone. Just got done cutting grass for my dad.
Not a boy.
Nice to
What a
see you,
man,
Mr.
what a
Kovacs.
man, what a man. Good man.
Much love to the Kovacs family.
you can come.
Alex, I'll see you
mine
at
too.
Carlisle. Sorry? Sorry? Go
I said
ahead.
he can come. He can come.
Cut
mine
Robert's
too.
cut grass too.
The bandit says, Nick, my dad was in World War II, and that's the main reason I served, Nick.
That's true, eh?
Yeah,
Good reason.
Nice.
Good
Yeah.
reason, Bandit.
Yep,
very good.
coming from the bandit.
Yeah.
Frank says hello. Countdown Dad. Nick, I'm looking for the 69446 black lockdown linkage, whatever is different from 4-barrel. Lockdown linkage?
Is it lockout?
Oh,
wait.
that would be 1970. I don't
Nick,
know.
At the very beginning of this stream, there was a person in the chat whose name I'm trying to remember. It was something Racer, who was saying they had a full set of 6-pack rods with pistons still on for you if you were interested. All you had to do was take care of the shipping.
Okay.
Is that something that interests you?
It may.
If
Where's
you're
that?
still here, folks, put your name back in the chat.
Yes.
It was something racer.
Something racer.
A race
If you
car or
got a
something,
bunch of 6-pack rods you don't need, let me know. I'll pay the freight, have them shipped over. I could use them. As a matter of fact, this engine came from the factory with 6-pack rods, and they are still in there.
As long as we don't stamp the outside of the
And,
package.
and don't put a value. Send them as a gift.
Yeah, with a
They are a gift
Yeah,
anyways.
Good one, guys. Maverick, you have a good looking. There you go.
Yeah, it is. It's
Ross
a
and
nice-
Gail say hello.
Wow.
Ross, Gail, hi back at you.
Oh,
guys.
Melissa
That's
found
right.
it, I think.
I was supposed to bring his engine here today.
That's okay.
I have it outside wrapped up after we wash it. Ross, we'll see you soon, buddy. Gail, you too. Oh no, Ross is coming alone.
Oh,
Okay.
Gail, we're thinking about you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're still in our
If
thoughts.
she comes, we'll bring us more cookies.
Ooh,
Big chat.
it's always good.
We lost it.
Sorry, at one point I had a much larger chat for everybody to see, but it got sort of squeezed into a corner here.
Squished.
Oh
You
well,
got squished.
There we go.
There
That's all
it
we've
is.
got
There
is
it
this
is.
corner. There was a bigger one. Let's try
JY says hello also.
chat. Here we go. Come on, big chat. Grab
Dan Rose, Nick, I wanted to let you know they're. That's good enough. Wow, this is going too fast for me, man.
Dan Rose, Nick, I wanted to let you guys know that there are 2 Dodge dealerships liquidating their inventory.
Hello.
You might want to know about it. NOS parts available, Charlotte, Michigan, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
I wish I had the time to go there.
Wow, that's a very
It's not
nice. Thanks
easy,
for
man.
the lead. That's awesome.
Hey, you know, by the time I get there, everybody's going to be there already hunting like dogs in there. You know that? If if that word is out, everybody's going to be there.
Yeah.
Nick, what would you prefer? A Charger or a Challenger?
I like them both, but I prefer the Challenger. I grew up with the Challenger. My first muscle car was a Challenger, and
Well, I say it depends. I'd take a 70 Charger before a 74 Challenger.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that is very important. Very important.
Yeah. One's a more comfortable car. The Charger's
Yeah.
more of a cruising,
Yeah.
comfortable car.
A friend of mine once told me that a Charger is like a Newport with
Wow.
a nice shell.
Yeah.
Michael Fumaski. My dad landed a few days later and stationed in Belgium. Michael, his father fought in D-Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, he was there.
And Bandit wrote,
1 or 2 days after.
Yeah,
A few days later.
read what Bandit wrote. My brother Ed was in the Marines back in the 70s. He was a muscle man. I could hit him on the chest full swing with a baseball bat, and it didn't phase him. Go Marines! Well, I wouldn't want to run into your brother there,
I
Mr.
wouldn't want to
Bandit.
upset him.
Nah. Hello, Mr. Bandit's brother.
And Pete says hello from Vancouver.
Carmen.
Hey, look at this.
Delos
Scott
is
says-
asking, is George
Next-
still giving stickers?
Scott says put the
I will have
engine.
a whole handful of stickers to be given away, as many as I can. Once again, while supplies last, folks. Yes. I haven't got fancy barbecue stickers this year. I'm just giving away the standard Nick's Garage stickers. Because admittedly, half the people I handed our special barbecue stickers to the last time.
Yes.
Have you got the other one? They all wanted the
Oh,
regular
wow.
normal one. So I'm just giving away the regular normal one.
Okay, we found out something else. Alan Pacanti, electroluminescent was in 1960 263 Chrysler Dash.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure it
didn't know
was.
that.
I'm sure it was.
It was
Chrysler,
it
it's
was
Chrysler.
a very small run.
Yes.
It runs AC, high voltage AC to illuminate that dash. So it's like you got to be careful not to touch the leads, or you get a very,
Yikes.
very nasty little surprise.
Yeah.
Scott- Scott says put the engine beside my Kowalski matching
Yeah, I
engine.
agree.
Yeah, that's it.
Jay Wise, hey Nick, is white the best color on a Mopar? Orange or green? I like
Blue.
white. Blue. They're all nice. You know what?
Fantastic.
All Chrysler bright colors and they're all great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I always say, as long as it's not brown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
For a Newport, though, a nice big brown twinkly Newport with lots of chrome on it.
Okay.
I'll leave that to you, George.
Eric, Eric, it has Edelbrock carburetors, Eric. Not AVS. Or the AVS? No.
No, they're,
Instead of AFBs. They're not AFBs, they're not AVS. They're Edelbrock carburetors
Yeah.
on it.
Station wagons, too, they got to be brown. Come
yeah,
on.
I know.
With a fake wood panel?
Charger Dave has 3 of them.
With a fake
My buddy
wood
Perry
paneling.
says, hello, gents. Perry.
Hey
Hello,
Perry.
gents.
Blinky, yes, I will use it as a display piece. Yes, I will.
Absolutely.
most likely. But I want to hear everybody's comments.
Be gentle with it on the dyno too.
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah,
Hate
yeah,
to
okay.
see something happen.
Hammer down. What?
Let's remind
No,
people this
take it
engine
easy.
already survived a broken connecting rod. This engine came with broken rods in it.
That's how I bought it, with a half a connecting rod, a 6-pack connecting rod.
Where's the
Tiniest little
piston?
chip.
Then? I'll go
It's,
get the
it's
piston.
on the basket in the corner. This is the way I bought it, and there was no damage to the block at all,
Yeah.
and just a scratch on the crank. Yeah, he's gonna bring it. You're gonna see.
That's what you call.
And I bought it, and this is where it comes from.
It's a survivor.
Barry Kiyushi says Maverick Duster is awesome. Sad to see it go. That's from Barry.
Yeah,
Amen.
Barry. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, Dr. Gold says he had a brown Newport with green interior. Ugly and big.
Love it.
3-pack rod, Charger Dave. That's a good one, 3-pack rod.
There it is. Show it off, Robert. This is how I bought the engine.
George, tell me if you
That's
see it.
perfect, right?
Half
there.
a 6-pack rod. Look at that. That's a heavy piece right
And
there.
it didn't take out the motor.
El
No.
Dono.
It's called.
This belongs to my Kowalski
one's
Challenger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the crack too. I didn't
Because
see
you
that
would
part.
think that would fire down into the crank and you'd be over.
And, you know, come to think about it, Nick's done so many of them. Those 2355 TRW pistons.
Thank you,
with that
Harold.
rod,
Thank you.
the pistons weigh over 1,000 grams. They're like 1,200 gram pistons. My God.
It's crazy.
I wish you go back in time, JY says. And a lot of people say I should have been a teacher. Well, you know what?
You are, Nick. You're a
I-
teacher here on YouTube.
I put this engine together, you know, as a somebody at home with simple tools to put a typical V8 together.
That's it.
And you know, nothing special, nothing special tools required. Just like out of the shop manual, keep it simple, and then just put in the dyno and just drive your car. You know, working out of your house.
If I may say it so myself, I think it's going to be an excellent series of videos too. You were very much in your teacher mode. It was nice and quiet. The phone wasn't ringing. You were concentrating on your engine. You're so happy to be working on your own numbers matching engine. Look
What
at that smile.
planet-
There it is, right
There it
there.
is.
That's
Yeah.
What planet is this where you had a day where there was no phones ringing?
I
the
don't know. You
middle of
know,
the night.
yeah. Actually, George,
Okay.
George came after hours and we did this.
That makes
Anyways,
a lot more sense.
I can't wait for George to finish editing. It might be a few videos from the first start, from the block and crank, rods, rings, valve job, and putting it together piece by piece. And then, of course, after on the dyno. So you guys stay tuned in the future for upcoming videos on this engine being assembled. So now pizza is getting cold, and I hate cold
Yeah, I
pizza.
can't go back in time
Let's
to get
go
hot
eat.
pizza for Nick.
So let's go have pizza, you guys. I know
Thanks
it's.
for watching, everybody.
I just want to say a thank you to everyone, our patron supporters, our viewers, our customers, and everybody who's watching us. And of course, everybody here with us, myself, and all my friends, and of course, everybody helps me out.
What
And
should
don't-
they do, Manny?
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Leave comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Talk to you guys soon.
Beautiful.
There you go.
There you go.
You'll see us soon. Thank
Check
you.
out the most recent post. Go back and check out Dr. Paul and his beautiful Jeep. And thanks again to all the folks who participated in D-Day.
And stay tuned for Monday night's video, Cruising with the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Oh, class.
Class.
Badass.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and muscle cars.
And pizza.